Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Kamani McGee. Kamani, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. We have so much to talk about. And if you guys want to get a 15% discount on any much love merch, we also have a link for that, so just follow that and you'll get the discount. Yay! Like I said, we have so much to talk about. So when we left off yesterday, there was a scramble for the votes. Who's doing what? Who's voting for who? Steve was feeling very comfortable, very confident that he's going to be staying. Sam is still looking for that 7th vote. When I say looking for, I mean letting Tyler and everybody else do their work, because she's just like cutting people's hair and stuff, cooking, cleaning, doing Sam things. So, I mean, she did try to campaign, but she was focusing on Scotty, of all people. So she's talking to Scotty in the storage room, and she's like, Scotty, she says she really wants to stay, and she really likes him. She thinks that they have a lot of common strengths. They both have really good memories. So she says that they should be a team if he's into that. You know, she's only going to go for that if he wants that as well. So she's telling him you would be a partner, not just a minion. And she says that Steve has really underestimated him. He's a know-it-all and blah, blah, blah. Like, whoa, she's going in on Steve. So she tells Scotty, if he didn't already know, the voting is anonymous. And it's really close right now. So, like, if he wants to throw her a vote, there doesn't have to be a backlash. Nobody's going to know about it. And she tells him, you and Caitlyn are basically the swing votes right now. I feel like she should not have said that to him. But she also brings up how tough she was in the power veto competition. She could be a really great asset, really great ally for somebody. And she pinky swears to work with Scotty if she stays this week. She said, if you're as smart as I think you are, you'll vote to keep me. So Scotty says he's going to talk to Caitlyn about it, but like, is he? Scotty is Steve's ride or die. I don't know why she's so fixated on getting Scotty's vote. I mean, doesn't she know how close they are? I know that she's been a robot for like most of the week, but still, like, didn't anybody tell her that? Okay, so then JC and Tyler were having a game chat in the HOH room, and I have a question. Why has JC been playing so hard this week? It's so unnecessary. I mean, he's been working the crap out of Haley. I just feel like it's been nonstop, and he's doing too much. You don't need to be like that. So Tyler lets him know that Rockstar and Caitlyn have both been dropping his name as a potential target for them, because they don't know where he stands. He's been really wishy-washy about like having the power this week, or like how he's gonna vote this week. So they don't know where he stands. And JC's like, oh, whatever. I'm not worried about it, because he thinks that somebody from the level 6 side of the house is gonna win the next HOH. And even if they don't, he feels good with a lot of the other side as well. But Tyler is worried that he is gonna be Fessy's target if Fessy wins HOH, because he's involved in that whole love triangle drama. You know, it was unclear if Haley liked Fessy or him, and then Caitlyn ran from Fessy to him, so, ugh, 2 strikes there. Plus, he's a huge competition threat, so he's a little bit worried about Fessy. JC's like, don't even worry about it. If Fessy wins, I will not let him put you on the block. JC, how are you gonna do that? How? So JC also says he's not going to pick a side until he sees who wins HOH. That's what Caitlyn was saying too. These people, man, they just want to play in the middle. And JC does confirm that he's going to be voting for Steve to go this week no matter what. Alright, that's another one for Sam. So then JC's asking Tyler, how are we going to get Caitlyn's vote? Because it's becoming more and more obvious that they're not going to get Haley. I mean, we've seen that for a long time, but JC is still like trying, and Tyler's saying, stop. It's not gonna happen. Let me get Caitlyn's vote. So Tyler says he has this last minute plan to freak her out. He's gonna tell her that he knows who has the power and that they're gonna use it. So Steve is gonna go, and you better vote for Sam to stay or you're gonna be in trouble. So it's interesting how Tyler's been able to throw out this plan to people and say, like, I'm gonna say this to Caitlyn, without saying, like, no, I actually know who has the power. Isn't that wild? So, yeah, that's his plan. So JC's like, okay, sounds good. Like, let me know how it goes. So then Scotty was talking to Steve, and he lets him know about Sam's campaigning. He's like, Sam told me that she could be my new ride or die. And she also Scotty also shared that Sam said that he and Caitlyn are the potential swing votes. And Steve says she's very misguided. They feel bad for her because she's been a robot for like the whole week. So she doesn't really have a good read of what's going on. Or does she? Steve did not think that the vote was going to be anywhere near close like this. So they go to the HOH room, and Tyler, JC, and Caitlyn are all in there. And they end up telling them what Sam said about the swing votes. And they're like, what? So Tyler and JC are trying to play this off. They're like, Steve, you're fine. Don't worry about it. People are probably just lying to Sam about their votes because they don't want to say it to her face. You know, Scotty's like the only person who's done that. So then Tyler runs down the stairs to talk to Sam, check in with her, and he's like, hey, don't mention anything about swing votes to anyone ever. Like, it's not good to tell them that there's possible swing votes. So she's like, okay. And then he says, don't pitch to Scotty anymore either, because he's already told you multiple times that he's voting for Steve to stay. So it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to get his vote. And Sam's just like, but I like him. That's nice, but this is Big Brother. Okay, so then back to the other side of the house, Brett and Winston. I talked about it yesterday. They're kind of like going back to their idea of keeping Steve this week. So now they have to try and convince their allies to vote out Sam. So they were talking to Angela in the have-not room, and they were like, are we really going to draw the line for Sam? She's not really a good competitor. She doesn't know this game. She doesn't get it. They don't think they'll be able to trust her with information. So, like, why would they make this huge move for her? And, you know, in the same line there, if Caitlyn does not follow through and vote for her to stay, they're going to be on the wrong side of the vote. Do they really want to put their trust in Caitlyn? Yeah. So they're like, let's unanimously keep Steve. We'll let Swaggy think that he's still in control of the whole house, and we'll, like, secretly pull Steve and Scotty over to our own side. I don't think that would be as easy as they're thinking it would be. So Angela was thinking the same thing. She's like, I don't know about that. So she's resistant at first, but then the more they talk about it, she starts coming around. And then they talk to Rachel. They convince her to keep Steve. This is going to be a lot of cleanup work for Tyler. Poor Tyler's going to have a long night. So then Swaggy and Tyler were chatting in the HOH room, and Swaggy starts bringing up what Sam said to Scotty about being a swing vote, because Scotty told Swaggy, because Scotty tells Swaggy everything. So Tyler, again, is doing a good job of playing it off. He's like, oh yeah, I think Sam was under the impression that she's going to have Haley and Rockstar's votes, which, like, he freaking made that up on the spot, so good for him. And Swaggy's like, oh no, she's never going to get those. So then Swaggy just starts spilling his guts. He puts a lot of trust in Tyler. A lot of people all week have just been like, bleh, to Tyler, and he's just taking it all in. So he says he can't control his connection with Bailey. It's for real. And he then reveals who's in his alliance of 5. What? Okay, so he's like, yeah, it's me, Fessy, Caitlyn, Haley, and Rockstar. Then he's like, I'm a little bit worried though, because he's talking about the love triangle drama with Caitlyn, and he's saying that he hopes that they're not going to lose her to the other side. They don't know if they can trust her. I was literally laughing out loud during this. I don't know what it is, but I love listening to Swaggy talk. It just, It amuses me. And then he's spilling all this information to Tyler. It was insane. So then a little while later, the feeds went down for an hour for the 4th of July party. They got some takeout, like pizza and stuff. I think they had some wine and beer, probably some music, I don't know. But then, back to the game. Tyler was talking to Casey in the HOH room, and he drops a little bomb on her. He's like, okay, well, he's been saying this all week. We have to vote for Sam to stay, no matter what. But now he reveals Sam has the power. She's gonna stay regardless. That's why I've been saying we need to keep her, because if we do, she's gonna be really grateful and she won't have to use her power, and she could use that on one of us in the future if it needs to happen. So this is good for 4 weeks. It'd be really great if she didn't have to use it. Okay, so Casey promises she's not going to tell anybody. She agrees to help secure the votes so that they can make this happen. Let Sam save her power. So then Casey goes and chats with Angela and Rachel in the have-not room, and she's telling them, we're voting out Steve. Like, this is what needs to happen. And they're like, what? We got to make sure the votes are definitely there if we're going to do that, because they do not want to be on the wrong side of the vote, especially the first one. So Casey's like, yeah, Tyler and JC are both saying we have to vote out Steve. So we have to vote out Steve. And they're like, all right. We'll talk to him. We'll see what's up. So then not long after, JC is reiterating this to Angela. He's like, yeah, we got to get rid of Steve. We got to work on Winston, make sure this happens. So just a little side note. Pop TV gave them some 4th of July cookies. Yay! Okay, moving on. Excuse me. After a bunch of back and forth, flip-flopping, and voting uncertainty, Level 6 finally meets in the HOH room. So they're all up there, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So Brett and Winston are pushing that they should keep Steve this week, and it's the same arguments that we've been hearing from them the last, like, 24 hours or so, I don't know, 30, whatever, 6 hours, I don't care. So, so, you know, they're saying we gotta keep Steve because Sam is not gonna do anything for them. So then Tyler keeps telling them, you guys need to trust me, please, we have to keep Sam. I'm gonna get Caitlin's vote, don't worry about it. So then they're like, okay, fine, if you say so. But then they're trying to figure out who has the power app. We need to know. So after a bit of that, Tyler just can't take it anymore. So he freaking blurts out in whisper yells, Sam has the effing power app! Ah! So he can't take it anymore. So he's saying Sam is not going anywhere. He starts explaining why he didn't tell them. He didn't want to break Sam's trust, and that's why he's been trying to get the 7th vote so she wouldn't have to use it. She could potentially use it on somebody from their group because she would trust them. So he explains everything, and they're all just like, yeah, like nobody's like, why didn't you tell us? They're all very accepting of it. They're relieved to know who has it. They're excited. They're jumping around, hugging each other, and they promise they're gonna act like they didn't know that Sam has it. They're just gonna wait for her to tell them, or wait for her to use it if she has to. So yeah, they're pretty pumped about that, and Winston's like, oh man, my opinion of Sam has really changed. He says that she fooled them, she's playing the game, and he freaking loves it. So yeah, he wants to work with her. I guess it doesn't hurt that she has a power that could potentially save one of them at some point. So they still set up their backup plan here. You know, at this point, they're thinking, yes, we're voting for Sam to stay, we're voting Steve out, but at the same time, we need to establish our communication here, so they're going with Tyler's hair. So, pay attention during tonight's show, because if Tyler's hair is down, that means vote out Steve, and if Tyler's hair is up, that means vote out Sam. Alright, so that's all fine and dandy, but they're still going to need to secure that 7th vote if they want to save Sam's power for a future week. So this morning, here we go! Tyler is making his last-ditch effort to get Caitlin's vote. So he's been sitting on these big guns for a while. He's ready to pew pew. So he tells her the power is on the other side of the house. It's with, like, Brett, Winston, Angela, all them. He doesn't say who it is, But he says, if you don't vote for Steve to go, the power will be used and you will be effed in a big way. So he's like, I'm freaking out right now. And that really like shakes Caitlyn up. So he says the other side has already guaranteed safety for both of us if you go with them and vote out Steve. So let's make it happen. And she's like, I don't know, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. So like, why? I'm gonna be in trouble. So then he tells Caitlyn, guess what? Your current group, Faute or whatever, they don't trust you, which is true. They've said that. And Swaggy said that he's running the group and you're at the bottom of the totem pole. This is all actually true. And Caitlyn's just like, what? She is shocked to hear this. And she's like, wow, I can't believe I'm even considering this right now. Like, I'm getting a message from the universe. So she's like, I'm going to need confirmation from the other side that I'm going to be good with them and they're not going to come after me if I do this. So Caitlyn goes and talks to Winston and Brett, and they're like, yeah, we got you, bro out, whatever. And then Caitlyn is talking to Haley, and she tells her what Tyler said about Swaggy saying that she's at the bottom of the totem pole and the Alliance not trusting her and blah, blah, blah. I can't believe this. So then Haley's like, I don't think Swaggy said that. What? So then they're talking about how they want to vote together. But Haley's like, if you're going to flip, then I'm going to have to flip. But she doesn't feel like she's going to be safe with the other side. She doesn't think that they want to work with her. I don't really think they do, right? So Caitlyn's like, what? No. She's trying to pull her over. She's like, yeah, if you want to come over, they will accept you. And then they can just blame their votes on the secret power. Because nobody knows for sure what the secret power is at this point. So then Caitlyn also shares the info with Rockstar. And again, Rockstar is skeptical. She's like, I don't think Swaggy said that. But Caitlyn says straight up, she's going to be voting to keep Sam, and she will lie about it until the day she dies. But you already told a bunch of people that you're going to do it. So then they were all going up to the HOH room before the lockdown, and Rockstar and Haley were talking alone for a second. They confirm, yes, they have all said those things about Caitlyn, and they're pissed that Swaggy shared that info with somebody outside of their group. So then the feeds go down for the HOH lockdown. I just want to note here, Steve, again, super confident all morning. He's talking about how he can't wait to see the looks on Angela and Rachel's faces because he feels like they've been smug and he's just ready to shock them, but somebody else might be a little shocked tonight. So then when the feeds came back, how is there not more scrambling? What the hell? People were just getting ready for the show. Caitlyn's trying on like friggin' 60 different outfits. Like, how does this look? What do you think about this? And yeah, I thought for sure that she would be like freaking out, but she's not. There was some talk that Caitlyn was telling somebody that if she does this, that she wants Swaggy out next, and they thought maybe Scotty heard her say that because he looked like he was asleep, but maybe he wasn't. So everybody's kind of freaking out about that a little bit. But tonight should be fun no matter what. At this point, it looks like it could be 7-6 with Steve going. But there could be last minute flips. You never know. This could all be for naught, and Caitlyn will vote Sam out. Who knows? Maybe Haley and Rockstar will decide to jump over and join Caitlyn because they see that that's how the majority is going to vote. It's going to be really interesting. I will say that right now, Tyler's hair is down. So he is telling everyone, vote for Steve to go. But it's going to be interesting. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. This is one of the more interesting first evictions that we've ever seen, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're also going to have a new HOH. And until tomorrow, much love.